Now, if we, I don't care who we are, and I don't mean to sound it that way. It doesn't matter who we are. We must believe God. When we come to Him, we must believe that He is still God. Church, that settles it all right there. When we can believe that God is God. No matter what the world has painted His picture and His life, no matter what the world has said and has discounted Him as being the great God, we must believe that He is the real, true, genuine, sovereign God. That settles it. So the Bible said, we that come to God, he that cometh to God must believe that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. When we pray, when we ask God, we must believe that God can do it. We must not just spend our time at the altar just meddling and mumbling things. We must believe God when we come there. We must settle in our minds, in our spirits, that God is still God. I think about the great men and women of God throughout the Bible, how they walked with God, and God was with them all of the way. I think about Father Abraham. Remember the story of him as God began to speak to him concerning Israel and concerning the future. And He said to Abraham, I'm going to give you and Sarah a child. You know that story very well. Well, it was about 15 to 17 years later before God brought the promise to pass, but God still done it. And the Bible said that Abraham was strong in faith. He did not lose his faith in God. He believed that what God said would bring it to pass, and God certainly did. There came a time when God's timing was right and perfect. Isaac was born into that household. It wasn't long until God tried Abraham's faith by saying to him, take your son, your only son Isaac, and go to the mountain and offer him as a sacrifice. You know that story well too. As they got to the Mount Moriah and they were about to go up, Abraham told the servant, said, stay here, and me and the lad are going yonder to worship God. Well, on their way up the mountain, Isaac looked around and said, Father, here's the wood and the coal, but where is the offering? Remember what Abraham said to his son. He said, son, God will provide Himself an offering. Can I tell you something? Faith turned God's hand. Faith caused God to do the miraculous for Abraham. I believe tonight, if you and I are sincere with our God, I believe that God will be miraculous for you and I. May I tell us tonight, He's still in the miracle working business. He's not closed shop yet, church. He's not gone out of business. No, He's not run out of funds of security. He's still the great God of glory, and He can work miracles.